At 5, Pope Francis, the Catholic Church's first Latin American pontiff, has died at the age of 88. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marissa Bodner.
And I'm Greg Lagerquist. You are taking a live look now at the Vatican tonight, where officials have released the pontiff's cause of death. They say that Pope Francis suffered a stroke and that led to a coma and heart failure.
Many will remember Pope Francis as a leader who charmed people all around the world with his humility and concern for the poor. The Vatican announced his passing, saying at 7:35 this morning, the Bishop of Rome, Francis, returned to the home of the Father.
CBS 13's Brad Rogers is live outside of the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception in Portland. And Brad, there had been concern about the Pope's declining health for a while now.
Well, yes, Pope Francis suffered from chronic lung disease and even had part of his lung removed as a young man. He was hospitalized from Valentine's Day to March 24th for a respiratory crisis that developed into double pneumonia. But many in the church thought his health was improving.
Cari fratelli.
Father Seamus Griesbach says priests around the world had been praying daily for Pope Francis, who only yesterday led Easter Mass at the Vatican.
He was right in the midst of the people, praying, leading them in prayer to his last day. It seemed like he was kind of out of the worst of it, so it was quite a shock to hear that he had passed this morning.
He says the Catholic Church is now in a period of mourning while thanking God for the gift of Pope Francis's life.
In death, life has changed, not ended, so we accompany him in our prayers and we commend him to God. We ask God to watch over him and to give him peace.
Today, parishioners gathered at Portland's Cathedral of Immaculate Conception to pray for Pope Francis. The Catholic Church typically mourns a pope for 9 days.
Dear brothers and sisters in Christ, Pope Francis passed this morning.
Parishioners tell us they'll carry fond memories of the Pope.
He was just so kind and gentle. It's amazing that he was able to address the crowd yesterday.
His message of mercy and compassion are his legacies. He was a great pope. God bless him, and I'm sure he's where he wants to be now, so we're grateful for his service.
Bishop James Ruggieri issued a similar statement on behalf of the faithful of the Diocese of Portland. He says his legacy will be one of mercy and compassion, but also of hope. In this Jubilee year, may we honor Pope Francis by carrying on his mission and living as pilgrims of hope. At the Basilica in Lewiston, a black drape and a photograph of Pope Francis were placed at the entrance. Father Daniel Greenleaf says Pope Francis, who had been suffering, is now at peace.
First reaction was kind of like, be at rest, good and faithful servant. You're home with the Lord now.
Now, the Bishop of the Portland Diocese will lead a service for Pope Francis this Wednesday evening, right behind me in the large sanctuary of the Cathedral of Immaculate Conception. That service starts at 6 o'clock, and all are welcome to attend. We're live in Portland. Brad Rogers, CBS 13 News.
All right, Brad, thank you very much. Now, Governor Janet Mills directed flags be lowered to half-staff in honor of the Pope's passing. She just announced that a short time ago. She also released a statement. Quote, Pope Francis inspired millions of people of all faiths through his humble leadership and his courageous calls for world leaders to uplift the poor, embrace peace, and take action to care for the planet. We all share in Maine. We'll never forget his blessings of peace and strength for the people of Lewiston in the wake of the October 2023 tragedy. On behalf of the people of Maine, I extend our deepest condolences to Catholics around the world.
Maine Senator Susan Collins posted a picture today of when she met Pope Francis back in 2015. In a statement, she said the late Pope brought faith, hope, and light to Catholics around the world. She met the Pope when he came to Washington as the first pontiff to address the U.S. Congress. Collins continued saying his extraordinary efforts, despite being gravely ill on Easter, to bless the tens of thousands in St. Peter's Square and to greet the Vice President and his family, speak to his profound commitment to celebrate the risen Lord.